Imagine that we are in a living room, and the first thing we see is the window of a big door open. And behind this window door, there is, how do you call that? There is a place where you hang the clothes, and it's against the wall. And it's full of clothes. It's very heavy on this holder. It's full of clothes. There are hats and there are jackets and pullovers, but there is only one pair of shoes on the floor. And somehow the message is, look through the window. Look what is behind. Observe all the clothes that are hanging. So imagine hats and jackets and pullovers and scarves and this big door, outside door, and only made of glass, is divided in two parts. There is like a bar, in a white bar in the middle. So we see the cloth on the upper part, and we see the pair of shoes on the lower part, in the lower part. And then we turn our sight towards the outside, and we move forward, and there is a terrace made of stones, and there is a huge garden, but somehow this terrace is very high, and there is kind of precipice or a fall, like we should be careful not to fall. This terrace is like on a mountain. It's like if the house was built on the at the limit of on the border of the cliff, actually. And the terrace, if we are on the terrace, we are like having a wonderful sightseeing of nature and fields, but we are in altitude. We are very high compared to the rest of the landscape, which is far down from Earth, and there is a river. We can see cattle in the fields. It's very sunny. It's a bright sunny day, and on this terrace there are chairs on which we can not only sit, but we can also lay down. I don't know the exact word in English. And there is a small table with glasses, and we can sip syrup with water and ice cubes, and there are pipes in the glasses, and everything seems to be prepared so that we can enjoy the day, so that we can rest and be in the sun, be somehow a bit isolated from the rest of the world, but actually within this world. And we have the ability and the possibility of looking at the landscape very far away. So we are kind of observers of what is actually going on in the country, in the countryside. It's like if we were in the tower of a castle, and able to see very far away. The atmosphere in this place is very quiet, light. The atmosphere is happy, and we can hear birds singing and bees humming, and the invitation is to rest. The invitation is to lay down and take time to enjoy the sole presence of our body, to be with ourselves. To charge our body with the sun, with energy surrounding us. And if you remember, all the clothes are on the clothes holders on the wall. Somehow we don't need many clothes because it's very sunny, very warm. And I hear the following message. Light has several meanings. Life can be light, and light can be in our life. The game and the magical way of living is to make sure that the light is within our light life, meaning make sure that there is light in our life, meaning joy, energy, meaning, and also at the same time that our life is smooth, light, easy, without any hindrances, obstacles. For this to happen, we have to be anchored or grounded in ourselves. We need to observe what our body tells us at any moment. Is our body heavy? Does our body want to move? Is a part of our body painful? Should we take care of it? Should we pay attention to it? What does it want to tell us? Does it want to rest? It is only when we are peaceful and present to ourselves that we are able to notice clearly the signs of our body. Of course, we can bathe within the activities of the world, We can bathe within the the tumultuous reality around us. Still, we have to be present to ourselves. We have to be aware of what does our body really requires from us. Remember that our body is the link. Remember that the body is the receiver of our soul's message. Whenever we get goosebumps, whenever we have butterflies in our belly, whenever our heart vibrates, whenever we have emotions, whenever we have particular feelings or sensations, our soul is talking to us. Whether they are nice to perceive or whether they are uncomfortable to perceive, those are messages to us. We should follow the ones that are nice and joyful and vibrating, positively vibrating. You should ask yourself, why are we located in such a high, on such a high terrace? How come we are not located down on earth, in the fields or beside other houses? Ask yourself, what happens when you are in altitude? What happens when you have the possibility of observing from a high point of view? What happens? It gives you kind of distance with the events and what is happening down in the fields, down in the countryside. It gives you time to decide what is appropriate, what is good, what is meaningful for you to do. It gives you time to decide properly what is the right reaction or the right action to what you observe and to what is happening. They should be the same in your life. You should be able to be aware deep in yourself of what is happening within you, so that it gives you the ability of adapting your behavior with what is surrounding you. Whether you are agitated inside, if you are agitated inside yourself, you might have an agitated behavior towards people or whatever surrounds you at that time. So the message here is take as much distance as possible within yourself first, and then with what is happening outside of you, to adopt the appropriate behavior, to answer with the appropriate tone, words, emotion, to your surroundings. Whether you take care of yourself or not, will impact your behaviors, your attitude, the words that you choose, and consequently will impact your environment, and also the answer that you will get from this environment. We, as your guides, know perfectly that you are aware of that you already know that. Still, in the coming weeks, you will really need to take a distance from what you observe from this high terrace, from where you stand. And this training of that you have had for months, even years, of observing what is inside you and of taking distance from the reality that surrounds you, will be very useful. We point it at right now so that you remember that when something sudden happens, and something suddenly happens, the best reaction is not necessarily to answer immediately. The best reaction might be to pause, to observe what is happening in yourself, to decide whether you want to go or not, whether you want to react or not, whether you want to answer or not, and choose the right doing, the right answer. We insist on that because even though we have trained for months and years of taking distance from the happenings around us, sometimes it's extremely easy to forget it when suddenly something happens. And this requires that you cultivate peacefulness around you and within you. so that you are not overwhelmed by the happenings around you. They can be an earthquake, a tsunami, or something totally unforeseeable. And still you can remain calm and quiet and ready to act or to help, but still without forgetting yourself in this action. That's why we are insisting here. Remember to remain in contact with the signals of your bodies. Remember to observe what is happening in your bodies, so to answer properly without forgetting yourself. Somehow in the coming months you are going to be called and called for help. You are going to be asked to contribute to the well-being of others, perhaps even more than you have been so far, required to remember to listen to your own needs. You won't be able to help if ever you are extremely tired, exhausted, if you haven't charged yourself with the right food, the right sleep, the right conditions for living properly. We are not saying at all that terrible things will happen. That's not what we are saying right now. We're just emphasizing the need for you to remember to take care of yourself, to listen to the signals of your bodies. Like if you were in the tower, at the top of a tower of a castle, and observing all the life down in the fields, all the happenings. And since you are in the castle, somehow you might have responsibilities of taking care of what is happening, or you are perhaps responsible for maintaining, keeping peace in the fields. You will be able to do so if you are peaceful yourself. If you are at peace yourself. And we would like to highlight too the power of words, the power of light within the words. Choose very carefully the words that you are sharing with others. Are they charged with light, or are they charged with burdens and clouds? Remember that everything vibrates, and make sure that once you have opened your mouth, the vibrations that will emanate from you will help the person in front of you to feel better than before she or he came to you. You are kind of responsible of the message you send and of the vibrations that you share. To be able to share positive and joyful and light vibrations, you need to be filled with them. You need to have nourished them within you. You need to have taken care of those vibrations dearly, which also means that you have been able to make sure that you have the space and the time necessary for you to rest and feel peaceful and nourished and happy and full of love for yourself first, in order to give it and transmit it to others. Taking the time for drinking a nice juice or syrup, laying down on a chair outside on a sunny terrace is not something to skip whenever you have the possibility. In the contrary, you should take this time for yourself. You should take this time to rest, to listen to what is within yourself and to what is important to you. That's the best way for staying aligned and the best way to link sky and earth, the best way to stay grounded and connected at the same time. We wish you well. We wish you to remain the most important person of your life. We wish you to cherish the life that you have in order to help others to cherish theirs and to become aware of how lucky they are to experience life as they do, whatever they experience actually, as it is part of life. May you enjoy the rest of your day and the coming weeks, remembering that your body is the receiver of your soul's messages to you. We love you, we cherish you, and we are so happy to be able to send you those messages to you. May you remain in peace and love and happy in your life. Talk to you soon.